Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ in the studio with me. What's going on?
Bubble Boy's here too, but he's talking in the other room.
Oh, geez. We'll never see him. He'll never make it in time. If he's talking to someone.
You wouldn't think it listening to the show.
That he knows how to speak?
He does like to talk.
Oh, okay.
Just not on the mic.
Right. There's that. But yeah, he's in the studio with us, or will be.
He'll pop in any second.
At some point. We also have Barry the Bugger and Jerry the Diver Guy at the moment. We're going to be joined by several special guests today. A couple folks associated with the Armed Forces doing great work in the diving world. Actually, we may even get Rudy on from Special Forces TV show.
Don't tease me.
I know. He's had, we've tried to get him on the show last few weeks, but we've had some scheduling conflicts. But he just texted me before the show. He said something to the effect like, hey, I just had to shoot down this balloon, but I'll be free a little bit later. Yeah. So, he's always doing some crazy stuff. Yeah, but we got that. And then, we got some folks that are going to join us from the Bahamas today, too.
The Bahamas?
The Bahamas, I tell you.
I love the Bahamas.
Yes, we all love the Bahamas. We're going to go back there possibly in June for a special dive week, and we'll get the lowdown on that. So we got a lot of stuff going on the show today, so buckle up. Yeah, oh, and speaking of buckling up, Bubble Boy's here now.
Glad you could join us.
Things are bound to get even bumpier.
Sorry, I was discussing, cabinet features and things with your wife in the kitchen.
Okay, all right. He was home decor.
Yes.
Is what they were talking about, I guess. That's fine. It can happen.
She's making you a coffee bar, Greg.
Really? Okay, well, I like the sound of this.
Homo-ner.
Excuse me?
Homo-ner.
Okay, we're just going to leave that lie. And move on to Barry and Jerry.
Is she going to put a sign over it that says 7-Eleven?
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that, Barry. I don't know. Jerry, I'll tell you, we're in for a treat because Barry, we just finished up our boat show. He's been on a roll.
Uh-oh.
He's been on. He's been.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was the first time for everything.
Yeah.
The only thing that's working right now is my voice.
Yeah. See, last week
he had sexy voice.
He had COVID.
Well,
again. It's like the 12th time, Barry.
Yeah.
No, it's the second time.
Oh.
You got to stop licking those doorknobs.
Well, there's
they're so tasty.
He keeps sharing snorkels with Jerry or someone. I don't know what the heck's going on.
No.
I'm not sick.
Jerry shares with the tobacco nut.
With Casey.
Oh, that's right.
They kind of have
Don't be jelly.
Casey,
I won't be jealous in there.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry, Casey, and Barry. They kind of have this whole three-way kind of relationship.
What's going on?
They do strange stuff in Orlando, don't they?
It's weird. We never get all three of them on at the same time. It's usually.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So Casey isn't here at the moment, but who knows? Once he hears that you're, on with Jerry, he may get jealous and join us, Barry. So we'll see what happens. But look, we love all people, and that includes Jerry and Barry. Just so we're clear on that. But
love's a strong word.
It's going to be a long 2 hours.
Yeah, it is. There's no question about it. But we do have some, like I said, we got some cool special guests joining us today, and that, and then we also have a lot of stuff in the news. I haven't really gotten any updates on the Guadalupe close down for the great whites, unfortunately. It looks like
it's only been a week.
I know, but
Probably still closed.
Yeah,
it is. I was hoping I'd hear something that they'd made some progress, though, or efforts been put forth to open it back up, but that has not been the case. So if you want to go dive with sharks, Guadalupe, Mexico is off the table at the moment. So you're going to have to go to the Bahamas. And I did find out, and we'll talk to these folks a little bit later on in the Bahamas. They're having a dive week in June. I got the date, so I'll share that with everybody in just a bit. But they're going to do an entire week at Club Viva Fortuna, which is the place where we did the infamous drip party back in the day with the dive god, literally 20 years ago. And it was the Dive Retailers Industry Party. It was basically going to be a trade show after party from DEMA. So, you go to the DEMA shows, the Diving Equipment and Marketing Association trade show. Every year we do this show. It's open to people that actually belong to the dive industry only. You can't get in unless you're, a working member of the dive industry, dive master and above.
Or you're on this show.
Exactly.
As a Sherpa.
We give everybody kind of like a little backstage pass to it when we go out there broadcast from the event each year. And we've been doing it for years. But, you meet all these people in the dive industry. You don't really have an opportunity to hang with them other than at night at the bar, which is a lot of fun. And we do it religiously every year for that. But the dive god, Neil Watson, years ago, he said, look, what if we do something after DEMA for the dive industry folks where they just, eliminate the work part and just do the bar part.
Yeah.
And that's what he hosted this long weekend at Club Viva Fortuna, called it the Drip event, Dive Retailers Industry Party, where it was basically DEMA without the work.
Where's that at, Greg?
Club Viva Fortuna
where
in
is
the
that?
Bahamas.
Where?
In the Bahamas.
I know.
Which island?
On one of the islands in the Bahamas.
He doesn't know.
He can't remember.
You don't know.
It was
Just
a
say I don't
it
know.
was a
We'll
rough
find
night.
out a little later on. No, I think it's Grand
I'll
Bahama
find out.
Island.
Oh.
It's one of the main islands. Very easy to get to. And
I think he doesn't want us there. That's why.
Well, yeah. I mean, there could
He's
be
smart.
could be a little bit of that going on too. But that event was epic, and we did it one year, and didn't repeat it because it turned into from Dive Retailer Industry Party to the Diver Really Intoxicated Party. It was like the first lost weekend of Scuba Radio. I mean, it was nuts. I mean, it was so insane, but it was a heck of a lot of fun. But I don't know, finally, after 20 years, I think the statute of limitations has expired. And maybe, this dive week they're planning in June has nothing to do with the
Is that
drip
the
party,
one
but-
where you woke up with a carrot in your bum?
Quiet. That is. There's outside voice, inside
It was a
voice.
sea cucumber.
There's, on the radio chatter and off the radio chatter.
Boss man.
So just kind of keep that in mind there, CJ.
Carrot.
Barry the Bugger, what say you?
In the bum.
Grand Bahama Island.
That's what I said. You're welcome.
Wow.
You said you weren't sure.
You're a little
And it's-
late.
He did say
as
Grand
usual,
Bahama.
Barry.
It's Fortuna. I didn't know. I thought you were eating tuna. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
it's the
you
Viva
could have tuna there. I'm
Wyndham
sure they have
Fortuna Beach
Right.
Resort. It's beautiful looking.
It
and
is.
It's on Grand Bahama Island.
Okay.
And they have a little picture of you with a no admittance. on
Yeah.
there.
All right. That's now he's just making up stuff. I told
trying.
I told you he was going to be on a roll. Get ready.
When
Buckle
does
up.
that start?
Okay.
Back to the CJ school of snarkism.
Yeah, they say that once you recover from COVID, there's no lingering after effects. I'm not so sure. Barry the
Nope.
Buggers.
I've got
He's
my
bucking
sexy,
science.
I got my sexy low voice now.
Okay,
Well,
if you say
can
so.
call it that.
All right. All right. Well, should we just step back and let Barry and Jerry have a conversation?
No.
Barry,
No.
say, hey, baby, what's going down?
What do you mean?
Hey, baby. What's going down?
Wow. He even doubled himself. That was
Yeah.
shocking. He's remarkable that way. Anyway, I don't know if we apologized up front, but we probably should at this point of the show.
That's your
it's-
fault, Greg.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse. I'm sure of that. But we do have some other things coming up that'll be worth hanging around for. So please do. And stick around to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula.
You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive. Got every apparatus unknown to man, breathing tube, goggles, flippers. What are you looking for? It's a pool, there's no coral. I had none of this growing up. I asked my father, Dad, I want to look underneath the water. Open up your eyes!
Whatever it may take, I keep on trying. Diving into you.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and I swear we have some really interesting stuff to share with you today, despite what you just heard in that first segment.
Yeah, just ignore that.
Oh, yeah.
Block that out.
We'll fix it in post. But look, we do have a special guest with us. Nick is with us. He is actually in Roatan, or works out of Roatan, at warfightersScuba.org is the organization. Nick, welcome to Scuba Radio. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me, Greg.
Yep, absolutely. So now Nick is involved in a new project going on at Jules Undersea Lodge down there in the Key Largo area in the Florida Keys. Project Neptune 100, which this starts March 1st, so we're about a month away, a little less than a month away, and they're going to put a couple people down there, or at least one person, for 100 days straight underwater in that underwater habitat at Jules Undersea Lodge. We've been there before.
Can I nominate Barry?
No.
second that.
Okay.
I've been down there before. That's where I took my rescue course, so I like that lodge.
Okay. All right. Well, it's actually an honor to be down there. It's not punishment.
Okay, never mind.
So, okay, yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, Nick is part of this with his organization, warfightersScuba.org. So, Nick, let me just ask you first, how are you involved in this project exactly? Or how did you become involved with it?
So Dr. Deturi kind of heard about us and what we're doing with the veteran community and healing, PTSD and physical wounds from combat through scuba diving.
Mm-hmm.
And he invited us to come down and basically be a part of his mission, which is exposing, the world to ocean conservation, trying to come up with new medical procedures from, things we can harvest from the ocean, to fight cancer and other ailments, on top of it being, the longest time any human has stayed under pressure.
I like
by
it.
a significant amount.
Yeah. Now, Joe Deturi, now he's going to be the guy who's actually the one that's going to spend the 100 days underwater. And then, he's
sir.
going to be monitoring, they're going to monitor his health and all this kind of stuff because he's going to be under pressure for a very long time. So he's going to be the one guy to do this. And then different groups throughout the 100 days are going to visit. Are you visiting yourself, Nick? Or are you going to send somebody? Oh, you are. Okay. So
No, I've never been to this place. I heard about. I got certified when I was 12 years old, a long time ago, and I've always wanted to go to this place. So this just works out perfect.
Yeah,
it'll be me and a couple of our veterans are going to dive down and say hi to Joe underwater.
I love it. Yeah, warfighterscuba.org. By the way, it's there's a bunch of these type of organizations that help folks that were in the armed forces, like you said, get through PTSD. Issues or just being at war and seeing things that none of us want to see, and they come home and they have problems, and then you take them scuba diving just to kind of, I don't know, quiet down the outside world, or they may have physical challenges or whatever, and you just help them, give them a mission, so to speak, and help them get through, getting back to being a normal person again, I guess, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, I started this 2017. I've been in Roatan full time. I moved down here for some other personal reasons that I was kind of going through with my PTSD, and it was not to start a nonprofit to help other vets. It was to be pretty selfish, to be honest with you. And got back into diving, and it really unscrewed my head. And fast forward now, there's obviously other organizations out there that help a lot of disabled people as well as military, where we focus more specific on combat wounds.
Yeah.
I served in Iraq back in 2006 with 3rd Battalion, 3rd Marines. And then I did some private security contracting all over Iraq after that until about 2012. So I've been in combat zones for quite a significant amount of time in my life. And that kind of allows me to have more of an impact with these guys and gals that come through, because I kind of understand. I've been rocketed and mortared. I've never been blown up myself, but
Right.
I understand what it's like to be in those situations where some of these other organizations, they might get into those conversations and not really have an idea of how to discuss that, So, and we help NATO. So it's not just the U.S. Armed Forces. We help anybody that was over there helping us. We weren't the only people. And I think that's kind of what makes us a little bit different.
Well, we can never say thank you for your service more, but I love these type of stories and these type of organizations that you're doing, because we've been fortunate enough to go hang with some of them at different events, whether maybe we'll meet you guys down there at Jules Undersea Lodge while they're doing this and join them and hanging with a couple of the guys. But we can't really relate because we didn't go through that, but boy, you can really see it in their eyes, just like you're seeing a new diver. And you can see they light up, and you can only imagine that this really works. And you speak from personal experience, because, once again, we can't see inside your head. But yeah, I can only imagine, the trauma that, these scenes that you guys have had to deal with in your lives, and the fact that scuba diving in particular has turned into a activity that helps you shut it down a little bit, or like you said, get back to normal. And I've heard this story time and time again from the guys that go through it. And it's just, it just makes you appreciate being a diver. When you hear these kind of things that, gosh, we're doing something that actually helps these guys get through some of the trauma that they've had to deal with, and it just kind of makes you feel just that much better as a diver in general. I think you get that a lot from not just your military friends, but people like me. I mean, you get that?
Of course.
Yeah, the support.
I mean, you guys get the same benefits, right? And you just might not have realized it, but you realize it, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, exactly.
You get thrown into like the present moment. You talk to any of these life coaches or therapists, they always tell you got to focus on like the present. That's the only way that you can truly be free. And scuba gives you that the second you drop underwater.
Yeah.
You either fight it or you go with it, and you're just at peace with everything. And that's one of the things that that mentally helps these guys and gals. And then if when you start getting into the amputees, I've had multiple double amputees that haven't walked for 13 years. They're stuck to a chair and they're weightless, like you said.
The equalizer is scuba diving, right?
Yeah, their eyes lighting up is just, it's one of the most rewarding experiences to see. You know, I've taught regular divers, and I'm not knocking. You know, their excitement is so addicting as well. But when you see somebody who's been restricted to a chair and immobile light up, it's like I don't know, it's like a drug hitting you. It's incredible.
Well, it really is. Nick is our guest from Scuba.org. We're gonna Nick, can you hang over for another segment? I got more questions for you. He's in Roatan. We got to talk to him about some of the diving opportunities they have there. He's living in a pretty active scuba diving area. We'll get more with him next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
When I was a kid, I got hooked on watching nonfiction television in the guise of the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques Cousteau was huge.
I watched, they were on about once a month, and it wasn't just the ocean. He would go into like lakes and stuff. I remember once he went into Lake Titicaca in South America, and they took the submarines. And he said, we took the submersibles to the bottom of Lake Titicaca. Much to our surprise, we found nothing but titties and caca. That's the joke we said the next day in junior high.
Let's get underwater.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me, connected via the web. We got Bubble Boy, or I should say Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, and our special guest from warfighters.org. Look it up. Nick Powers is his name. He's going to be working with the folks at Jules Undersea Lodge down there in the Florida Keys as they begin the Project Neptune 100 event that'll begin March 1st. The guy's going to spend 100 days underwater in the underwater habitat they have down there. It's pretty cool.
Sorry, I have an editorial correction. It's warfighterscuba.org.
Oops. Sorry,
Thank
Nick.
you.
Wouldn't be
No
that would
worries.
be the first time ever that I've made a mistake on this show.
Today.
Yes, in the last
You're
5
forgiven.
minutes.
Don't worry.
Right. Yes, but there you go. Warfighterscuba.org. Look it up. Nick Powers is his name. He's based out of Roatan. And you're going to bring a couple of your military friends that go through the program that you do there in Roatan, which is basically take these guys who've, got out of the armed forces, get them back on track into civilian life by taking them scuba diving, or at least give them, an opportunity to heal underwater.
Yes, sir.
And so you plan to bring a couple of them to this Neptune project while Joe Turturi's going to be underwater for 100 days. That's the idea, right, Nick?
Yes, sir. I'd love to introduce them to some of them and give them the opportunity to see something, pretty crazy itself with the underwater habitat. So,
Yeah, it is a pretty cool thing. I mean, you're only about, 20, 30 feet underwater, but it's
Right.
like, living in an underwater bus kind of thing, and that you can get pizza delivered underwater. It's a pretty cool little setup they have down there.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
like I
and
said, I've been wanting to see it since I was 12, and
yeah,
30 some odd years later.
Right.
Yeah.
It used to be
Close to
quite the scientific thing.
I hear the anchovies are fresh.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's funny.
But
it's turned into more of like an underwater hotel over the years. But initially, it was a scientific research facility that was sank off the shores off the East Coast, and scientists would go do all this underwater research and that kind of thing. And it's turned into more of like, hey, you want to do something cool? You can go stay there for a night underwater. And they do scientific projects, every now and then. They're going to be doing some of that stuff as part of this 100 days underwater. I would imagine, just the fact having someone underwater for 100 days is going to be, they can get some research out of that. Because being underwater, yes, I mean it's gonna. I wouldn't want to be him, to be honest with you, because that's a long. That's a long time.
Curious.
But we'll get Joe on eventually on the show. We'll talk to him of how he's preparing for this thing, and who knows, maybe we'll come out there and join him for a few days, because that's what's going to happen. He'll be down there 100 days, and then during the project, while it's going on, people are going to come down. They're going to bring down school kids for a few days, and they may have a sleepover or something, I guess. We may have the Scuba Radio people. You may have the warfighter.scuba.org folks come down. There's going to be a bunch of folks visiting him to keep them, I guess, distracted over those 100 days. Barry the Bugger.
Sane.
Yeah, or sane, right. Or insane if it's Barry the Bugger that shows up in the portal there.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you're down there for 100 days in essentially 33, 35 feet of water, whether you would have to decompress.
Yes, of course.
Just for that short amount of
I mean, it's surface supplied air, but yeah, absolutely, that's a factor, right, Nick? I mean, do you know anything about that yourself, or just as much as we do, probably, huh?
I probably just as much as you guys. There's an old adage in the Marine Corps, we have to take this special course called Math for Marines.
Yeah.
So any kind of mathematical
sucks.
things like that with nitrogen buildup and stuff, I just
right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's no different than sending somebody to go live on the moon, because they have to have 24/7 surveillance of the underwater habitat to make sure nothing happens, because you got to have the gases set properly for everybody in the habitat. I mean, it's a pretty high tech thing. You got to be paying attention, and so you have to have. There's a lot of work that goes into maintaining a facility like this. So, I think this is going to get a lot of publicity, which is good for what they do down there. And once again, it's kind of a cool thing to do. You can go down there and book a night stay at Jules Undersea Lodge and just do it, mark it off the list kind of thing, and go dive the site, which is they have some nice little underwater attractions there themselves. So you haven't been there, Nick, but you're based in Roatan, which is obviously a diving mecca itself. You have some favorite dive
Look
sites?
behind me.
Yeah, what do you got there?
Every day.
Yeah,
Nice.
Oh, great. You love that. Yeah.
80-degree water temp year round. I mean, 100+ foot viz. It's a
80,
pretty awesome place to learn.
I have no doubt. I have been there before. It's been many years since we've been to Roatan, but yeah, it's some of the best diving you have in the Caribbean for sure. And how did you end up there? I guess I got asked too. Was it just you went there on a dive vacation, like, you know what, this will work? What happened?
My wife wanted to live by the beach, and I couldn't afford that anywhere in the States. And there were some certain political things going on at the time that I decided to say, screw it. We sold everything and we left the country.
Ah, nice. Okay.
She saw Roatan on a show on HGTV, and we booked a flight the following week, and we made an offer on our house the third day we were here, and we moved down 3 months later.
How about that? Yeah.
I was ready to change paces. Like I said, it was a very selfish decision to come down here, but it turned out to be a very beneficial thing with what we've created.
Well, it sounds like it.
No, it doesn't sound selfish at all. It sounds like
I'm
needed
keeping
to
it
change.
PC for you guys. Yeah, I definitely need to change. But,
Sounds like a great call.
Just to go on HGTV and say that's where we're gonna live. That's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
why not? Yeah.
We ended up being on a HGTV Beachfront Bargain Hunt episode too. If you want to,
really?
see that.
Oh, you're one of those folks. Nice.
So he's famous.
They do exist. Okay.
I have long hair. I hate myself so much watching it. Oh God.
Where did you move
It's
from?
horrible. Phoenix, Arizona. I was born and raised in Arizona.
Whoa, that's a completely different area.
Yeah, very dry there.
Desert to ocean.
Diving not
I
that
love-
great there in Phoenix. I'm just
No,
saying.
I did my advanced course in Lake Pleasant in August. The surface temp was 92, and at 50 feet, I think it dropped to about 55 degrees.
Whoa.
And
Wow, that's a
weird
big thermal.
Yeah, weird. I mean, you literally you're hovering there. You can see the temperature difference with the water. And I was in a 3 mil wetsuit. I wanted to kill myself. I was dying.
He's
At
a
like
warm water
80
wuss
feet,
like us.
just-
Yeah.
I was trying to pee every second just to try and get warmth in the
Yeah.
suit. And
Barry's doing that right now. He's not even in the water.
That's right. I try to keep warm.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're definitely sound like one of us, Nick, with the exception of you have all this military experience and you put that to good work with what you're doing in Roatan. I love it. warfighterscuba.org. Check it out. And I mean, I don't know. We got to get back to Roatan, so maybe we'll meet up down there in Jules Undersea
definitely take
Lodge.
you out diving.
Yeah, we'll go do a dive in our neck of the woods, so to speak, and then maybe we can figure out a way to get over to Roatan, and you could show us around some of the dive sites there. Would you be up for that?
Oh heck yeah! I mean,
Hey, even
I think we're
after
gonna be-
after hearing Barry and Jerry and me and all these guys, are you sure?
You guys would have fit in just fine in the military. Right? Yeah.
Oh,
we'd
boy.
be good. But I think we're going to be in your neck of the woods in August too, doing a fundraiser and a
August is
lionfish
a good
derby
time.
as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we can look
So-
at that as well. But
Yeah,
That'll
that's
be,
what we need to do, Greg.
yeah.
Henry's line fishing
well,
tournament.
that could be good. But I'm just surprised he'd say we'd be good in the military. You think the brig, is that what he's talking about?
I have no idea.
I'm guessing that's what it is. Once again, warfighterscuba.org. Check it out. Nick, thanks, buddy. We'll catch in or check in with you soon there at Jules Undersea Lodge. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio,
Scuba Radio.
the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
This is better than porn. It's like porn and Shark Week combined.
He's got no legs to kick it with, and he's got no arms to swim with. But nonetheless, he is a scuba diver man, and he's doing the best he can. Scuba diver man, doing the best he can. Scuba diver man, scuba diver man, scuba diver man, scuba diver man, scuba diver man.
His brain ain't right, but it's fun.
Yes, if you say so. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me. CJ's looking over my shoulder, as you can see on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. What are you doing?
I just thought it'd be funny to stand there awkwardly for the rest of the show.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be over here, and if I have something to say, I'll come grab this mic.
All right, that's fine. Just stand by me, look odd in the scene. You know, these are the bonus things that you get when you watch Scuba Radio on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. And we have a disclaimer. We've apologized many, many times. So we're covered for that as well. Barry the Bugger and Jared the Diver Guy are connected via the web, making up the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. And now they are joined by Vinny Two Tanks as well. Vinny is with us, as you can see. And Vinny, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing great.
Yeah,
I just can't wait to go to Roatan.
You're ready to go, huh?
I'm ready.
Well, what about Jules Undersea Lodge? Have you ever done that? Have you ever went down to the Keys?
because that's where you stay in the lodge underwater, right?
Yeah, we've done it.
I'd like to do. You've already done it, but I haven't. I'd like to do it one time.
I've actually done it a couple times.
Hence the name Undersea and Lodge.
True. That is
Can
true.
I raise a practical question at this point?
No, of course not. But go ahead. I'll let you this time.
Vinny,
this
do you
one time.
own a clock?
Oh, well.
He's on California time.
It's a sundial.
Well, no, it's a trade-off. There's a 11:30. There's a pool swim, and I just swam a half mile and rode my bike back.
Okay, that's good. That's a good excuse.
Oh, he's working on his Ironman.
We'll accept
Yeah.
that. Good man.
Okay. Yeah.
Good man.
So he's putting his health above being on Scuba Radio. How
As
dare
he should.
he?
That's
How
a good.
dare he?
That's priorities, man.
Yeah.
He's going to outlive us all.
He must be
that's
doing
very
something
likely.
because when he come on, it took Barry's breath away.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, you look good, Vinny. Keep it up, man.
He's snappily dressed.
Looking
That's all I
strong.
said.
Looking
I
strong.
don't know. Hey, look, I did tell Barry we got Rudy scheduled to join us an hour or two from the new Fox TV show Special Forces World's
Not that he knows that I'm
Toughest
here now.
Test.
Yeah.
And I told Willie, I told
Willie?
I told Barry.
Who's Willie?
Well, you'll understand why I made that little Freudian slip. Because Barry goes, "Oh, is that the dude that was wearing the Speedo?"
Did he really?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Of
no.
course.
He's like,
No. He was wearing the scarf around him and a Speedo.
Barry, you focus on some weird stuff.
That's what I told him. I said, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
And then-
you remembered.
Well, when
Rudy
you
comes on, he's gonna go, "Hey, Rudy,
No.
I see the guy I've
I
nicknamed
know you're
Bulge.
Willie.
No, well, I remember Barry started with the Speedo. He didn't start with the scarf, and then when he said the Speedo, I like, oh yeah, I guess maybe he was wearing a scarf, but I didn't remember the Speedo. Yeah, he made some comment. Oh, is that the guy in the Speedo that looked like a bronze Adonis or something like that? I'm like,
No, I didn't go that far. Sorry.
Barry did tell me once his favorite Sesame Street character was Snuffleupagus.
oh really?
no.
That
He doesn't
explains.
exist.
I
You
don't know
that.
why that is.
He doesn't exist.
Only in Barry's mind.
Nope, he doesn't exist.
He's had many a dream, and being
You
being the
pretend to be
diver
Big
as he
Bird?
is probably a wet one. But I'll leave it at that. Okay, so
Wet Willie?
yeah, we have we do hopefully we're gonna have Rudy. Also, we got an event happening in the Bahamas in June. They're gonna do a Bahamas Dive Week. Caradonna Dive Adventures are hosting it with the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, and we're going to talk to the dive operation that manages all the divers for the week there at Club Viva Fortuna or Wyndham Viva Fortuna in hour 2. So we got that coming up. So we got we could do Roatan, we could do Jules Henderson Lodge, we could do Bahamas Dive Week. It's Grand Bahama Island there, Vinny. You'd be up for that too, right? I mean, that's what you're preparing. That's what he's exercising for.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'll swim there.
That's right.
You fit son of a bitch.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey, now. Actually, one of the things I've been wanting to have Rudy from the Special Forces TV show on. I want him to evaluate the Scuba Radio staff because this TV show, if you've seen it, it's pretty intense. They take like 15 celebrities. And they put them through Special Forces boot camp to see if they survive. And it's about, 2/3 the way through the season right now. They've lost more than half of the people they've started with, because it's rough. But, we'll have Rudy come on and evaluate after, he hears what you guys have to say to him. And, see if he thinks any of us could measure up as a Special Forces operator, you think?
Well, we're all screwed because most of it's mental.
What do you mean?
Endurance, stuff like that. It's all in your head.
Well, I mean, I thought mental like
Go down in
crazy.
the mountains. I will make it.
Really? Okay, so Jerry thinks he could. Have you seen the show, Jerry?
Yes.
And you've seen all the things they make him do, like way high up. Aren't you afraid of heights and things like that?
I don't like heights, but I'll bail out.
Yeah, well, but if you bail out, you fail. You can't
I'll
fail.
bail my fat ass up out of that daggone helicopter.
Okay, all right. I don't know.
Jerry does a lot of running.
He does
From the authorities.
From the law, right? Yeah, but that's usually in a car.
I have a still.
Yeah.
I do not have a still.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, but Rudy is like a drill sergeant kind of guy. So I'm just wondering if we could recruit him for like Scuba Radio boot camp, and put you guys to the ringer. Now I'll just sit back and watch the festivities, and I'll be
as always.
Well, yeah. I mean, because of course I could pass all that stuff, but watching you guys,
man.
I don't. Yeah,
that's pretty tough.
I mean, it would just make you a better diver.
They're not going to have a cardiologist helping you along there.
Well, yeah, I could do that. Or
That's why we have Dr. Doug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got Dr. Doug Ebersol. He'll help us out.
Yeah.
Right. But I it just make you a better diver the more fit you are. I mean, Vinny Two Tanks knows that. That's why he was a little late. He was swimming.
I would say we're old, fat, and slow.
Okay, way to motivate us, Vinny. Thanks for that.
I'll admit this. It's embarrassing, but I can't even do a pull-up.
What?
I can't do one pull-up. I can't pull my own body
Instead
weight.
of being in a swimming pool, you need to be in a weight room.
I can
maybe
do 10 pull-ups.
I guarantee if there was a shark underneath you with its jaws open, you'd pull up real quick.
You think so?
I'm wearing pull-ups.
All right.
Wow.
I can do that.
That's a different issue.
You better watch. Barry's going to put his shark costume on, Benny.
Okay.
I don't have a shark costume.
Well, yeah, but I mean, our
I'm
crew.
not afraid of sharks.
I mean, but it's important to stay fit to be a good diver.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
Well, no, I'm looking at everybody. I mean,
I want to remind you guys, I usually go on every dive. Greg is my witness.
Yeah, he does. And then I question it every time. I'm like, what the hell is he thinking? No, I'm not.
Vinny's a good diver.
He is. He's a very good diver. Our entire crew, they're all good divers. But, being fit and doing what it takes to, keep yourself, up to a certain, physicality is just, that really should be a prerequisite for diving, if you ask me. I mean,
yeah, we should have a little more emphasis on that on the show.
Probably. We probably should. But, I exercise regularly, and I know you do, CJ.
Whoa. What do you mean emphasis on that?
I mean, like,
mention it once in a while.
Look in the mirror. Hello.
Do we have to quit drinking some much?
Yeah, well,
that'd be a good start.
Hey, it's teach his own. Everybody has their demons.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Right.
Well, I will admit that I have slacked off a lot of drinking.
Okay, I don't know what that means. He slacked off. He sounds depressed about that.
Only a gallon a day.
That's a good thing. Yeah, you limit things so you can do more fun things like scuba diving. So you don't drink and dive at the same time. Maybe you need to limit that a little bit. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll ask the Special Forces Ops guy what he thinks about this. He'll whip this crew into shape, surely. That's coming up in hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me, and the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy of Any Two Tanks, and now we have we got a guy, Michael Tadros from Reef Oasis Dive Club in the Bahamas. They run the dive operation there at Wyndham Viva Fortuna. It's Grand Bahama Island, right, Michael? Do I get that right?
Yeah, it is one of the most beautiful islands in all the entire Bahamas, actually. Yeah.
Yes, and some great diving they have there too. But the Wyndham Viva Fortuna Beach Resort is going to be the base of operations for Bahamas Dive Week in June. It's going to be June 18th, the 24th.
To the 24th.
Yeah. And it's a cool property. I mean, like I said, in hour one, I talked about how we did this drip party back in the day at the resort, but it was like 20 years ago. But it's basically, and Michael, correct me if I'm wrong, but they kind of do almost like a cruise ship itinerary on land. So, it's all inclusive. You got your food, your buffets, but they got entertainment. There'll be party things and games that they'll do out at the pool. Right. At night, they'll have like a little show with some of the staff and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things going on. It's not your typical just stay at the hotel, go to sleep, and get up the next day, go diving. There's a lot of activities available to you, whether you're diving or not, to fill your surface interval. And it still does it to this day, right? Do I got it correct?
Exactly. Yeah. We have it's an all-inclusive hotel. Which you have you have the all included activities with amenities of the hotel. You got non-motorized water sport activities all the days for families and all the sportive people. We got like the sailing catamaran, the kayaking, the paddleboard, the windsurfing.
Nice.
And the snorkeling right on the shoreline in the front.
Mm-hmm.
We got an activity of the trapeze. We got the gym, the spa, the tennis court. We got volleyball at the beach, and then we have the entertainment. We got a daily show at 9:30 every evening. There is here a professional team, international team. They do a very professional show every night.
Yeah.
We have 14 different shows. Actually, they change every day.
How about that? Yeah, I mean, it was pretty impressive back in the day, and once again, it's one of those all-inclusive kind of things, like whether you're diving or not, if you have a non-diving spouse, this is a great opportunity to go dive for a week and let them just enjoy all the topside activities. You can partake in them as well, especially the nighttime activities. But if you have a non-diving spouse, you got a nice pool area, amazing beach. It's just really conducive to someone who just wants to go and unwind for a week. And so if you have like a non-diving spouse or buddy, that you want to go and you want to take advantage of the diving, this is really a great opportunity. Caradonna Dive Adventures is your connection. All you have to do is reach out to them to book this, and then join Michael and the gang there at Reef Oasis Dive Operation, and it'll take you out. Now, the diving in the area that you get for the week for this all-inclusive thing, I mean, it actually includes 4 days of 2-tank boat dives and 1 day of a 2-tank tiger shark dive at Tiger Beach.
Yes.
Weather permitting. How far is it from the resort to get out to Tiger Beach from where you are?
We have about 45 minutes with the car. Then we get the boat for about a couple of hours to reach like the edge of the Bahamas bank, little close to the Gulf Stream. And over there we have what's called Tiger Beach.
Yeah.
Just a shallow area where we can dive. Over there, like we drop the anchor and then we start to be surrounded with lemon sharks and Caribbean reef sharks, nurse sharks from everywhere. We get in water about like 15 feet and over.
Okay.
From 15 to 40 feet. And then the tigers show up. So,
how about that?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Who is the chum? Is it you draw straws?
Barry.
Yeah.
Barry all the way.
It's not actually a feeding activity. However, there will be a chum box over there just to
ring the dinner bell for the tiger sharks. Let them know, hey, we're here. Come on in, boys.
Exactly.
And girls. Yeah. I mean, I have not done Tiger Beach myself specifically, but I've seen the videos. I mean, that's just a world-class site there in the Bahamas. And they're there year-round. Isn't that right? The Tigers just come around. They're there all the time. It's quite a dive. So the fact that you're offering this dive during Dive Week there in June is pretty remarkable, on top of the other dives that they have there around Grand Bahama Island. It's been many years since I've dove around there, but it was always great. Amazing visibility. I mean, are you close enough to, I don't even know, are the Bond wrecks on your itinerary, or is that a different area there in the Bahamas? Or what the Bond, James Bond? I guess that's over. Yeah. Is that you where you, that's on the other side of Nassau or something? You're on the other.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. But what do you have there where you guys are?
Johnny Depp. The Johnny Depp area.
Okay. So you got Pirates of the Caribbean was shot around where you were. Okay.
Lucayan National Park, the cave tours over there, and this beautiful Gold Rock Beach, which is like endless vision of white sand.
Nice.
It's crazy. Like
and rum.
And rum. Is that what you said, Barry?
Yes, you got to have rum.
And it's all inclusive, so look out. But as far as the diving, I mean, are there some standout sites that you guys visit every day there at Reef Oasis there at Viva Fortuna?
So the beauty of diving actually on this island, and especially in Viva Windham, like as you see in the picture behind me, this is actually taken right in the front of our hotel.
Yeah.
Like we get loaded on the boat from the beach of the hotel. And then we have like the most far away dive site gonna be, except Tiger Beach, gonna be like 15 minutes boat ride, and then we get in water.
Yeah.
We don't have walls. They mainly are like platforms about an average of 60 feet.
Okay.
There is no strong current. There is incredible visibility. So I always say that this is like for expert and even beginners, it's a crazy like match in between.
Yeah.
So you can get in water, and then we just spend about our 50 minutes moving between the channels, and there is a lot of caves over there as well as the wreck ships.
Okay.
We have a few wreck ships here. They are really, really like beautiful to see, and they are planned to be visited during the Grand Bahama Dive Week, as well as one of the dives will be happening. We're gonna do like an overdose of sharks during this week, which will be the Caribbean Reef Shark dive in Shark Alley. It's 15 minutes boat ride, 40 feet. We just get underneath of the boat, and one of us will be with the chain mail. And then we guys gonna be surrounded with sharks. Like sometimes you can't like see the other divers close to you from how many sharks surrounding.
It's a shark cloud blocking your view.
Exactly.
That's it. I'll tell you, I've done those type of dives. Those are amazing. I mean, the conditions in June in the Bahamas are usually spectacular. I mean, because you're smack dab in the middle of the summer. It's nice and warm. The winds have died down, and so the visibility can be awesome. The water temp is like bath water, so you don't have to wear nothing. But they do encourage you to wear like board shorts and stuff, Barry. So don't get any ideas. But it's Bahamas Dive Week. It's the Viva Windham Fortuna Beach there in Grand Bahama Island. Reach out to Caradonna Dive Adventures, book it, and hang with Michael and the gang there at Reef Oasis. We got more coming up. Stay close.
It's the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures Adventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explore Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit exploreventures.com. That's exploreventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Shark, shark, here comes a shark. Get you in the morning and after dark. You know his bite is worse than his bark. He's gonna get you. Here comes a shark.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Man, we got more shark diving on the horizon for us, gang.
Hell yeah.
The Caribbean Reef Sharks, Tiger Beach. I haven't done Tiger Beach. You know, we had tiger sharks when we were over in Bimini. So I've dove with tiger sharks many times, but I haven't actually done Tiger Beach, which is world renowned for having them in the area consistently.
And lemons, he said.
But that sounds like we're not set to come over there for Dive Week there at Wyndham Fortuna Beach, or the Viva Wyndham Fortuna Beach there in June. But I'm hoping to work that out.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, June 18th to the 24th, and it'll be a bunch of divers going out there just to have fun, and it really is. It's like a cruise ship itinerary on land. And, it's a lot of fun. I mean, when we did that thing 20 years ago, and they still do it, he talked about the shows that they put on each night. What's neat about it, and I don't know if they do this anymore, but back then they encouraged the workers to drink with the customers.
To put up with them.
No, to drink with them.
Right, so they could put up with them.
Oh, well, maybe that was that. But I don't think they do that anymore. I think they probably frowned upon that. But it was very, very unique situation. We bonded with the staff there at the resort quite well that week. We were there last time, but it was. Everybody.
Super glue aside, it was a good time.
Yes, well, there was a few of those type of things, but yeah, it was a good time, and you get a bunch of divers together and have a blast, and hanging out all night.
I'm sold.
Parties.
I'm in.
Yeah, entertainment. I mean, other than watching Barry and Jerry cuddle or something,
Jesus.
out on the beach under the moonlight.
I ain't going.
No, yeah. I told you it's.
No, there's other activities as opposed to that. We won't have to be subjected to that. That's my point.
It's Casey and Jerry now. They're the current couple.
Don't be bitter.
I'm not being bitter. They shared a bedroom. They shared a special moment.
Hey, really?
Didn't they do that on their last trip?
I think he's brokenhearted.
Well, that sounds like it does sound like he's a little jelly.
Jelly? No.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely.
Okay.
You hear it in his voice.
He is.
Yeah. It's a cry for help.
Notice he turned his.
I'm not crying for help.
Yeah. Okay. All good, but yeah, it'll be a good time. You would want to go, Jerry,
yes,
Barry,
for sure.
Even Vinny Two Tanks. Yeah. That sounds like
all the stars could align. Absolutely.
The super glue is to glue Barry and Jerry's mouth shut.
I was making
Vinny.
a stupid joke because he said something about bonding.
Oh, you used one of my jokes.
They can't all be winners. Swing and a miss.
Okay. No, you forget. You're the funny one.
Swing and a miss. Super
CJ, you're the funny one. Yeah,
you missed 100% of the shots you don't take.
Vinny is making comments, but we can't hear a word he says.
I know
because he doesn't have the mic on.
Funny one right now.
Got to turn the mic on, Vinny. Turn the mic on, Vinny.
Muted.
Yeah, your mic is off.
Oh yeah.
That's okay. That's all right. It happens to the
you
most.
You can hear you.
The senile of us, so that's okay. But God bless him. Yeah. But CJ's the funny one, right, Vinny? even though it was a swing and a
but
miss.
sometimes I just don't get them so quick. That's why I go, what's the super glue for? Because I didn't get I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, you shouldn't be sorry. That was a good call. Yeah,
maybe you should
as a
put some
swing and a
super
miss.
It was a lame joke.
That way they wouldn't fly over.
Yeah.
At least I'm
okay.
trying.
Yeah, exactly. It's the effort that counts.
Damn it.
Sometimes, not in this case.
It's a lot of heavy. I can't do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, we got that to look forward to. More shark diving. And, and I'm looking forward to that. I don't know. Did you guys see the report, though? Being that we're based here in Florida, we have 7 of the deadliest beaches in the world right here in Florida.
For surfers.
No, according to this stupid press release for everyone. And I'm like, what is?
Not for divers.
New Smyrna Beach.
Right.
Yep, that was one of them.
That's my favorite beach.
It literally is right down the road from where we're based out of, New Smyrna Beach.
I never go there.
What were the other beaches?
All over Florida. Panama City was listed in there. Ormond Beach, Cocoa Beach.
A lot of beaches in Miami.
Yeah, right. Just east of where we're based in Orlando, it's a hot spot. But the thing is, the criteria that they came up with for claiming that these are the world's deadliest beaches is ridiculous.
Well, the visibility is always crap up there.
Well, yeah, but there's like shark attacks, which is nonsense because it's really shark incidents where
accidental bites.
Surfers get bit on the foot, and so
they spit them back out.
Yeah, and that's considered a shark attack. And then in hurricanes, which is
the
what
do you
big thing
expect?
was rip currents.
Or surrounded by water.
Yeah.
So if you go out on the beach during a hurricane, that could be deadly. Catch a 2x4
You're more
in
in
the
danger
throat.
of getting run over by a freaking car.
Yeah, in surfing
usually-
accidents. So
rip currents.
Well,
that was another surf zone was.
Well, the surf zone for surfers, it wasn't rip currents itself.
Don't give this report any credence.
Is it people that get injured surfing and getting
these
caught?
were drownings due to the currents dragging them out.
Hogwash. It's all hogwash. It's nonsense.
Hey,
The
language.
Oh,
I
I
call
know.
it a
Family
tourist
show.
cleanse.
I don't know. It just irks me though because it's like we know the shark attack stuff is nonsense. I mean that's just but it's like so that makes the beach deadly. I didn't know a beach was deadly.
Hurricanes.
Yeah,
It's
of
the
course.
Jaws effect. It's the Jaws effect.
Well, the Jaws effect, nothing. We don't have the Jaws effect.
No, he's saying that's their
Meaning that
mentality.
once everybody saw that movie, now the media always tries to push sharks as a topic.
He's correct.
They push
Well,
it.
That's right,
So
but
it's
we
positive.
don't have the big monsters down there, even in New Smyrna, which they said was the most dangerous. It's mostly the little ankle biters that are having incidents with the surfers. It's not even big sharks for the most part. Not like up north where every once in a while you'll hear about a great white incident or something like that, or last week was in Mexico. Or California, right?
The bottom line is they say the word shark, and that gets them a lot of airplay, so they keep pushing
we're
it.
talking about it. We're stupid. Gosh, we shouldn't be doing
Good
this.
self-talk.
You brought
Greg.
it up.
Good self-talk.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what's worse than the sharks on the beach?
What's that?
Getting sunburned.
Yeah.
That's what I'm more scared of.
Yeah, that's very dangerous.
You're preaching to the choir.
But
over
you don't have to go to the beach to get sunburn. You can get sunburn anywhere.
Yeah, but when you go to the beach, usually you're
But why
exposed to
blame
sun.
why blame the beach?
Just because.
Blame the sun. Come on, put blame where it's deserved. Give the beach a break, will you? I don't know. We got more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Bula Vinaka, I'm Maggie Khan of Matava Eco Resort, Nadeva Kandavu, south of the Pacific Islands in Fiji. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to scuba diving. And now here's a guy I got liquored up enough to put on a grass skirt. Greg, the dive master. Greg, you wicked girl.
Okay, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubba Boy in the studio with me. And then, well, of course, we have Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks connected via the web as the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, rounding out the crew. All right, I got him on the line, I believe. We got Rudy Reyes. He's one of the stars from Special Forces World's Toughest Test. He's also part of the Force Blue team, forceblueteam.org. Rudy, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing fantastic, my man. I could not be better.
I bet. First off, congrats on the TV show. I mean, it is very entertaining. I love these type of reality things where you take people out of their element and you just put them through the ringer on this. And basically, you got like, what, 15 celebrities, and you're putting them through like Special Forces boot camp. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, I think we started with 16,
Yeah.
and it's a 10-day course. And what's so interesting, Greg, what's so badass and why it's doing so well,
Yeah.
just to let the fans know out there, it's #1 in the space.
Sweet.
Yes, it's the most streamed Fox television show of all time.
Nice.
I had no idea the metrics would come back so strong, but this is why, brother.
Yeah.
We just run a course. It's Rudy Reyes, Recon Marine Combat Diver. It's SAS Billy Billingham. It's Royal Marine Commando and Special Boat Service Foxy, and then Navy SEAL Remy Adelecki. We run a course. These pros from the UK that have been doing this for some time, they just collect it, and they are swift, silent, deadly with their cameras. And we've got it. And brother, as you see it, as it plays out, that's what you see. There is no retakes. There is no manufactured drama. Those are real. That's real throw up. That's real freaking. That's real displaced kneecaps.
Yeah.
That's real concussions, and it's really fantastic because it's inspirational to all the regular Joes.
Right. Well, including our crew, Rudy.
Yeah,
I got to tell you, we
great,
yeah. Well, once again, congrats on it. It is very entertaining to watch, and if you haven't caught it, check it out on Fox. It's about about 2/3 the way through the season right now, and
episode 5. I think it's episode 5, and you can catch it on Hulu. For all the people that aren't on Fox, you can get on Hulu. But brother, I mean, we go full bore, brother.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
Amphib. We do tons of amphib, helo casting. You've got drown proofing. You've got a helo dunker that we use actually a Land Rover where you got to escape out of a down vehicle subsurface.
Right.
And ultimately, we put these cats on E. They go on escape and evasion, and they get hammed up by the Jordanian military and some dogs, and then it's right into the POW camp, brother.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I do agree with you that I think watching it, you kind of put yourself in this scenario, and that's what I've been doing with, I've been watching the show. Now, we hung together last year at the Force Blue event down there at Lauderdale by the Sea, and I don't know if you remember our crew, but we're obviously not the top physical specimens in the world, and I just pictured our crew in place of those celebrities, realizing that we'd fail miserably. You know.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what, brother? What's so inspirational to me, and I think there's definitely a bridge that needs to be crossed between military men and women, and especially commandos and civilians, citizens. I think we need to get closer together and see in each other what's so great, so that we can make this country better and make our community better. And I think about these middle-aged retired athletes and or actors that have no boot camp. They've not been indoctrinated. They're not 20 years old. And we're out there freaking throwing the kitchen sink at them. I got a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
Got a lot of respect for them to even try.
Well, it's true. I mean, the fact that they subject themselves to such public humility because they take it in the shorts, literally, many ways.
Craig, can you imagine this, brother? What you can't see on the show is that 125 degrees.
Ah, wow. It looked hot, but I didn't know it was that hot. Jeez.
Yeah, my wife is saying, why aren't they sweating, honey? Yeah. I said, honey, the sweat doesn't stay on. It's evaporating.
Oh, yeah,
they're sweating, but it's just evaporating right off of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're in a world of hurt, brother, so I'm very proud that any of them stick it out.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, Rudy, watching you on the TV show after, having the opportunity to meet you at the Force Blue event, a couple of them last year that we participated in with you, I was shocked how mean you were. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, geez, don't piss this guy off, whatever you do.
Well, you know what? It's not in my nature. I care about people, and I mean, Force Blue is all about caring about our warrior brothers and sisters, caring about our ocean, and caring about our country.
Right.
And that care is what drew me into the Marine Corps in the first place. And because I wanted to be something that could actually affect the battlefield, that's why I went through selection to become a recon Marine. When I go on the show, I am no longer Rudy Reyes. I am Chief Instructor Rudy Reyes.
Yeah.
I am Sergeant Reyes again. So I tap back into that. And you being close and being a family of Force Blue, Big Tall Roger Sparks was my instructor. So Big Frog and those early days in the 90s and doing pre-scuba, doing tank treads in the freaking 25-foot training pool, and then doing 50-meter crossovers and then ditch and dawns just at a shot to go to dive school. I can pull upon that reservoir. I remember what it was like to be a student, and I remember what it was like to be an instructor. So I draw upon that to with loving cruelty, blow all of the doubts and facsimiles that our recruits have in front of them.
Well,
and then pretty soon see the real people.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's inspirational. And I think now that you say all this, I'm thinking I need to incorporate some of this energy that Rudy has when I'm doing the show and trying to keep the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad in shape. Don't you agree? Yeah. I mean, he could help consult, and I could whip these guys into shape.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. You got my direct line. Greg, you got my direct line, brother. And you don't even have to call my agent. You don't even have to call my agent. You can call me.
How about that? Yeah, Barry the Bugger right now is so excited. He cannot believe it. Because last time we were hanging together, he had an issue where he had to have one of the other Force Blue people help him take his gear out to the beach.
No.
What was her name? Giovanni, right?
Giovanni. She wasn't. She was there like us volunteering, but she wasn't part of Force Blue at the time.
Well, she was helping out.
That was a one-time situation, and it hasn't happened since then.
All right. Well,
that's number one. But number two,
Barry.
Come on, Barry.
No, it was.
Listen to Rudy, Barry, and be quiet.
So what was happening, brother? Did you fix your problem, or did you need buddy aid?
No, it was my sciatic. I couldn't put the weights on. It was hurting my back.
It was an excuse, is what he's saying, Rudy. There's no excuses in Scuba Radio Boot Camp, Barry. Come on.
No, I didn't quit.
I just got yoga. I got DDPY. Diamond Dallas Page, brother, is a very close homeboy of mine. I mean, we're very close. I can set you up with DDP yoga, and I guarantee if you're having issues in your low back or freaking sciatica, his program will set you straight, brother.
All right, there we go. You heard it from the big cheese right there, Barry. We're going to get it. Rudy, that is so awesome. I really, really appreciate you being on the show. I know you're very busy these days,
brother.
But all the best with the show, and we'll keep watching you on TV, my friend, okay?
Okay, thank you, crew. I love what you're doing, and there's something special and there's something life-changing about being underwater, brother. So thank you, brother.
Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Snorkel shot! Snorkel shot! Snorkel shot! Ever spend the weekend in the deep end? The water's finding y'all, so just come on in to the deep end.
Guys, I'm bringing the party to you.
Of a dive bar. Of this dive bar. Come on! Talking about a dive bar.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ Bubble Boy in the studio with me, Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, and Vinny Two Tanks, rounding out the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Hey, that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
That was cool. I'm fired up.
So Rudy from Special Forces, World's Toughest Test on Fox. I think it airs every, I want to say Wednesday night. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I forget which night, but it's on Fox and Hulu. You can catch up on the previous episodes.
So
but
I don't know the day or time.
yeah, I did not realize it was 125 degrees, though, while they're filming it. I mean, it's they did it in Jordan like last summer.
It's a dry heat, Greg.
And it's a dry heat, evidently. But yeah, I mean, you can tell it's
That'll
hot.
fry your
They're in the
brain, man.
desert of Jordan, but I didn't realize it was that hot. I mean, yeah, they're baking for sure. So I'm not sure that part comes across.
Bacon.
But they are. You can
Wednesdays
tell
at 9 p.m.
There you go.
Thank you, Barry.
And but it's a good show. I do like it. I didn't realize it was doing so well in the ratings. So hats off to him. I mean, that's great. He's been on a bunch of other shows, especially I guess over in the UK. So
That's England.
Yeah, over there across the pond. And he's done some similar type shows, but I guess maybe this is the first big U.S. one, and it's taken off. But I don't know. You hear him, Barry? Would you go through that boot camp with him or the yoga, whatever it was? What was that yoga?
I'll try the yoga thing
Yeah.
to help my back. I mean, my back's a lot better than it was, so I don't. But yeah, it's always good to work out.
Yeah. Vinny Two Tanks, what do you think?
Yogurt, yeah.
I like yogurt too.
He likes yogurt.
He likes yogurt too.
Leave it to Vinny to.
That's funny.
That was pretty good. I gotta give it
funny,
to him.
Vinny.
Yeah, that was funny, right there. You're the funny
CJ?
one.
Yeah, see who the
Out of
funny
the-
man is now.
Yeah, the Scuba Radio Scuba. Yeah, Vinny, you're the funny
He's
one.
a merry jokester. He's a
Yeah, but he's a great diver too. I mean, he's like a Navy SEAL level.
He's super
diving
enthusiastic.
stuff.
That's what I like. The energy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't
Well,
like to skip a dive.
Probably not. But I don't know. You don't quite match his intensity there, Vinny. You probably need to work on that part if you want to, you want to model Rudy.
I think if you were going to try to go through that, you want to train for like at least 6 months to get yourself up to the level of physical
so you
fitness
don't-
where you can just start doing that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get in peak condition.
Well, yeah,
So you don't fail on the first night, right?
And take a lot of
I could
electrolytes and salt so you don't sweat your brains
If I
out.
could bring my pain pills with me, I'd be fine.
Shut up, donkey!
His pain pills.
Wait, I'm trying to channel his energy, and maybe if I start yelling at you guys,
that
like
sounded
we're-
like Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, that's right. I'm mixing up
They're
my
not
show.
cooking.
Oh.
Well, they're cooking, but different kind of cooking.
What do you like? Get out of the latrine, loser! No,
I don't know. You watch the show.
Your voice is too squeaky.
yeah, I have to yell. It's not in my nature to yell at people. Just to just to kind of.
Hey, man, would you mind, if it's not too much?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Get up and do it.
Like, yo, idiot. Come on. Yeah, I'd probably
Come on,
just say,
guys, you know the rules.
that'd be more the speed of the Scuba Radio.
Greg's
Scuba Squad.
style is more gentle persuasion.
Okay. Yeah, but maybe I could pick up a few things. I whip you guys into shape. But have Scuba Radio boot camp. That'd be a pretty good thing, I think. It'd be good for all of us.
Let's do it, Greg.
So, but I would be the drill sergeant. I mean,
what are you going to have us do?
100 throw-ups.
Greg, the drill master.
That doesn't have a ring to it, Greg.
What?
That was good.
12-ounce pull-ups? Or
No. James came up with a better one.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, 100 throw-ups, Greg.
Throw-ups, right.
You throw up at least 100 times.
Okay. Greg, the chunk master. No, that's...
Yes.
No, I mean, seriously, whip you guys into physical shape, kind of kick it up a notch, maybe set an example for the rest of the dive industry. Like if we could take this group of losers and turn them into lean, mean fighting machines or lean, mean scuba diving machines, it would be a good thing. We document the progress or lack thereof.
Would you actually give us a T-shirt?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course.
Last place.
Barry's going to get a woman's tank top.
It says "Suck it, loser" on
it. Jerry probably a white blouse.
No, he needs a new mankini.
No,
okay.
God damn it.
And Vinny would prefer a sundress.
Let's see.
Maybe
Barry's been thinking about Rudy's Speedos.
Be careful.
And now
Be
he's
careful.
went to my mankini.
No, I want a Afghan, one of those scarves that he wears.
Oh, wait, to protect your voice on Scuba Radio? Is that it?
Yeah, I have to protect my throat. now.
Okay.
Because this is my new, money making voice.
Okay, you want to preserve.
Good luck with that.
His COVID leftover Barry White voice.
Barry made it funny today.
That's right.
You think that was funny? Boy,
Yeah,
you're
he made
easily
it funny
amused.
today.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, boy, do you want a new Scuba Radio hat?
That's not working for me. I don't know.
Did he say
guys-
boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have to work on it, Barry. You're going
Okay.
to have to work on it, I guess.
You have to give me my lines. I forgot what they were.
All right. But I do think, it's always good to, work on the physical side of things.
What
And
time? What time and where?
Well, you've been doing it. CJ's been already on a health kick here for the new year, kind of like your New Year's resolution. You're back on the wagon, and
Well,
you
you
know
used
what I
to do Taekwondo. Did you stop doing that?
yeah. But look at me now. I'm like I'm
Pasty and white.
exercising regularly.
Oh, okay.
I am.
He gets up and goes to the kitchen and goes back and sits down.
Yeah, like clockwork.
Lift
Very
up a bear,
dedicated.
drink.
From
Very
taekwondo to
dedicated.
chocolate
Takes a
fondue.
lot of discipline. But you do have to. You should stay in shape. I mean, Vinny, he was a little bit late, but he was because he was swimming. You were exercising, right, Vinny? That's the whole idea.
Absolutely. I swam like 6 days this week.
Right. And look at him. You see him on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, and he doesn't look a day over 80. And you're what, 85?
I'm 69.
Oh.
Not as a joke.
That's funny. That was funny.
That was good.
No, I kid. Of course, Vinny is, he's taking care of himself, and because he wants to dive, right? That's the way you do it.
Well, yeah, and plus when I go on Explore Adventures, I just don't want to skip a dive. You know what I
You
mean?
don't want to skip a dive. You want to look good for the ladies.
No, I just want to go. I just figure, hey, we're here now. Now's the time to see all the good stuff that you see on Explore Adventure.
Okay. All right. But you don't want to look good for the ladies?
Thinking about that.
Okay.
but-
All right. There you go. Or he could look good for Barry and Jerry for all I care. I mean, I'm not. We're not
I
judging.
don't think he's into that.
I
don't want to speak for Vinny, but I don't think he's into
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't judge either way. Whatever whatever you need to motivate yourself to stay in shape. It's good for diving. It's good for your dive buddy. The more healthy you are, the
less
safer.
air you use.
Well, not
the
just
longer
that.
you're down.
I mean,
True.
we dive in pairs. We want to make sure our buddy is not leaning on us too much, or we don't want to have to save them. We want them to potentially save us. So the healthier you stay.
My yardstick is I wait for Greg to call the dive before I do.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, good. I'm good.
So I'm the level. I'm the bar.
Yeah.
The threshold. Yeah, that happened in Bimini. I was the first one to bail.
He looks at me and he's like, "Go." I'm like, "Okay, I'll follow you."
And then everybody else filed behind CJ.
I was getting chilly. I was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna be the first.
Yeah, I knew exactly what everybody was thinking. I was like, if I'm cold, these losers are cold too. Now, I just got to make the first move, and I did. All right, well, on that note, we're going to wrap it up. Till next time, remember, it's always better wear, gang.
Suck it, losers.
Safe diving, everyone.
They all love Scuba Radio. On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.